If you love thrilling sci-fi stories that dig into the depths of humanity's soul, then hit that subscribe button now. Stories like this take you to the edge of imagination, and you don't want to miss what's next. Ready? Let's dive in. It started as just another night. You know those nights when the air is still, and it feels like the world is holding its breath. Somewhere, someone clicked on their screen, tuning into the broadcast that would change everything. At first, it seemed harmless, even mundane. But tell me, how often does life as we know it unravel because of something obvious? It's the ordinary that holds the seeds of chaos. The broadcast came from a station no one had heard of before. The title was intriguing. Message from the Beyond. It wasn't clickbait. It wasn't some late-night conspiracy show. It was raw, unfiltered truth. The kind of truth that makes your skin crawl. Imagine this. A calm, artificial voice speaking directly into your living room, saying, "Humanity, your secrets are no longer safe. We have seen your darkest moments, and we know what you hide." Goosebumps already, right? That's how it began. The voice was emotionless, but every word hit with the weight of a hammer. Who could have sent it? Was it aliens? Hackers? Or something even worse? The broadcast didn't just speak. It showed. It was like a mirror held up to humanity's ugliest sides. Wars, betrayals, greed, cruelty. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just historical. It wasn't just stuff we'd already seen on the news. The broadcast revealed things that no one should have known. Secrets that were buried so deep, even those involved believed them to be forgotten. What would you do if your worst secret was exposed? Could you face the world, or would you crumble? That's what happened. Not just to a few people, but to nations. Governments were in chaos. The leaders we trusted, or thought we trusted, were unmasked for what they truly were. Corruption, lies, manipulation. It was all there, playing out on screens worldwide. And it wasn't just political. Personal secrets made their way into the broadcast too. Celebrities, influencers, ordinary people like you and me. No one was spared. Think about it. If you were sitting there watching, wouldn't you wonder if your name might pop up next? Wouldn't you be scared out of your mind? That's exactly how the world felt. Trapped, exposed, and terrified. But here's the twist. It wasn't just fear. There was anger. Boiling, seething rage. People lashed out, blaming each other, blaming governments, blaming the unknown entity behind the broadcast. When humanity's mask is torn off, what's left? Wrath. But here's a question for you. Do you think people deserve to be forgiven for their worst moments? Or should they be held accountable, no matter the cost? The broadcast didn't give humanity time to decide. It kept going, day after day, peeling back the layers of deceit. Each revelation was worse than the last. Families turned on each other. Friends became enemies. The world wasn't falling apart. It was tearing itself apart. Then came the second wave. The voice returned with a chilling announcement. Humanity's judgment begins now. What did that mean? People speculated wildly. Was it a divine reckoning? An alien invasion? Something beyond our comprehension? No one knew. But it didn't take long for the results to show. Across the globe, strange events started happening. Entire cities lost power. Satellites fell from the sky. Ships disappeared without a trace. Whatever was behind the broadcast wasn't just watching. It was acting. But here's the crazy part. Some people refused to give in to fear. They fought back. Not with weapons, but with hope. A small group, scientists, hackers, philosophers, and dreamers, came together to decode the broadcast. They believed there had to be a message hidden in the chaos. A clue to who, or what was behind it. And maybe, just maybe, a way to stop it. Do you think you'd have joined them? Or would you have stayed in the shadows, waiting for the storm to pass? It's a tough call, isn't it? These people risked everything, their lives, their sanity, to uncover the truth. They worked day and night, piecing together fragments of data, analyzing patterns, searching for meaning. And then they found it. Buried deep within the broadcast was a single phrase, repeated over and over. Humanity must evolve or perish. It wasn't a threat. It was a challenge. Whoever was behind the broadcast wasn't just punishing humanity. They were testing us, pushing us to become something more, something better. But the question was, could we? The group released their findings to the public, and for a moment, it felt like the world might unite. People started talking about change, about forgiveness, growth, and rebuilding trust. But not everyone was ready to listen. The wrath that had consumed humanity wasn't so easily extinguished. Some wanted revenge, others wanted control, and others just wanted to watch the world burn. So, what would you do? If given the chance to rewrite humanity's story, would you fight for a better future? Or would you give in to the darkness? That's the choice humanity faced. And let me tell you, the final days of the broadcast were unlike anything you can imagine. The voice returned one last time, but this time, it wasn't alone. A visual appeared on the screens, a shimmering figure, neither human nor machine. It spoke with a voice that seemed to echo through time itself. You have been tested, it said. Some of you have risen, others have fallen. The choice is now yours. Evolve or perish. And then, just like that, the broadcast ended. The screens went dark. The world was silent. For a moment, it felt like the entire planet was holding its breath. What would happen next? Would humanity rise to the challenge? Or would we fall into chaos once more? The days that followed were a blur. Some people clung to hope, forming communities built on trust and cooperation. Others gave in to fear, retreating into isolation or violence. But here's the thing, the broadcast had planted a seed. Even in the darkest corners of the world, people couldn't forget the message. Evolve or perish. So, let me ask you this. If the broadcast were real, how would you respond? Would you face your own darkness and strive to become better? Or would you let fear and anger consume you? It's a question worth thinking about because, in a way, we're all living our own version of the broadcast every day. The choices we make, the way we treat each other, the secrets we hide, they all shape the future. If this story made you think, if it made you feel something, then hit that subscribe button now. Stories like this remind us of what it means to be human. And trust me, there are so many more to tell. Don't miss the next one. Together, let's explore the edges of imagination and the depths of humanity. See you in the next story.